Welcome everybody to another week of Modern Magic the Gathering here at GameSwap Mason, brought to you by Top Deck Productions. I'm Mario Krabari here again with Mark Anlicker.
Hey everybody.
And for round one here we have not the currently listed players, because I know that's not John Douglas.
No, this is Ash something. I forget Ash's last
versus
name.
Vinny something.
Yeah, Ash is in the Superman letter jacket. And Ash is playing some sort of Esper combo deck. I'm not sure what combos you have in Esper other than Ad Nauseam. Okay, what is that?
Esper Mirror Retriever.
Oh, no.
Versus Vinny Destafano on Mono Red Hollow One. Wow.
Mono Red Hollow One, huh?
That's interesting. All right, so we already got the combo started here with Altar of the Brood. I'm sure that's one of his win conditions. And we'll see what Mono Red Hollow One brings to the table for turn one.
Probably a Faithless Looting. I think that's what you hope to start on.
That looks like it was just that jackal. What is it? What is that jackal creature?
Oh, Flameblade Adept.
Yeah.
And looks like we've got a turn one Ugly Swamp. Don't play those swamps, people. Don't play them. They're ugly.
Hitting our mill trigger here. So Alter the Brood, every time a permanent comes into play, it's going to mill John, or not John. His name is actually Vinny for one.
My guess is that we still want to mill ourselves if you're Ash, but I don't know that for a fact.
In fact, the milling could actually help out the mono red.
Yeah,
one.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, you know, he's playing a Faithless Looting deck probably.
Right.
So I'm not sure. Unless you're comboing off, I don't see the point of milling. Does this card only mill your opponent? Is that the problem?
I'm not sure. So Vinny goes for a Faithless Looting here on turn 2, and that gets remanded. But he does have the second mountain available to cast Faithless Looting again. That one not getting remanded. So Hollow One, kind of a breakout deck of the Pro Tour, I guess, even though it didn't end up winning. But
yeah, put up really solid. Had a really solid conversion rate. Basically, everybody playing it did well with it. It's a powerful deck. It's got a lot of variance, but it's like
it's built around variance, right?
Well, that's the thing. Exactly. It's predictable. It's predictably unpredictable.
Sure.
You know, and some people like to complain that, you know, if you have a hand and you have no gas, and then you cast Burning Inquiry and you just go into straight gas. Well, that's actually pretty predictable. That's
right.
If you have a hand with no gas and you draw 3 cards, they're more likely to be gas if you had no gas in hand. And then you're also still not likely to discard gas. It's more likely that you discard anything else but gas if you drew 3. I mean, it's predictable the way it works. It might be random, but it's no more random than the rest of the game.
All right, well, Vinny is hot on the mill plan here. He's got 2 Alter the Brood.
Is that Unearthed?
Yeah, that's Scourge Devils. Right.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
This is fun. I'm excited.
And we did mill a Bloodghast there, so that is likely to come back next turn for Vinny.
So what do you get from Esper Mirror Retriever that makes us want to play Esper?
I am not sure.
Like in a Sultai Mirror Retriever deck, you get like Grizzly Salvage and Ancient Stirrings. I'm not sure what you get out of Esper. Someone please let us know if you know what Ash gets out of Esper. Remand does not seem worth it.
And there we milled a Hellspark Elemental, which also has an Earth. Yeah. So yeah, the mill plan definitely not great against the mono red graveyard deck.
I'm pretty sure Ash should be milling himself.
We're still not sure if he's able to target himself.
Can we get Alter the Brood up on screen for those who are unfamiliar, but also for us because we're dumb?
We are unfamiliar.
I'm pretty sure if you're Ash, assuming you can mill yourself, you want to be milling yourself until you're comboing off. You're just giving your opponent straight gas.
Right.
Also, I've said gas way too many times in the past
I agree.
Minute and a half.
So Vinny gonna cycle a street right there. That does give the Flameblade Adept +1 power till end of turn for every time he discards or cycles a card.
Yeah, who would have thought that Flameblade Adept would be
modern and here's a
staple.
Burning Inquiry. So this is each player draws 3 and then discards 3 at random. So this is going to get at least 3 more triggers for the Flameblade Adept. And then Vinny might be able to deploy some Hollow Ones this turn, assuming he keeps them in his hand and doesn't let them go the way of the random discard.
Yep. So they can roll dice if they want, or they can just pick each other's cards.
Right.
I don't mind people picking each other's cards.
All right, so Alter the Brood is each opponent. And this is actually
so you cannot mill yourself. God, that's pretty awkward.
This is the Ugin's Fate alternate art promo version of Alter the Brood.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not the Alter the Brood that I know.
It's a cool one. So Ash has chosen his 3 cards. They are just going with the selection method as opposed to the. So it looks like Ash discarded Dispel. Oh no, that is not a Dispel. Not sure what that was, but 2 lands and a sorcery of some sort. And Vinny discarded Bloodghast, Cathartic Reunion, and Hollow One. And it looks like he found another Hollow One in hand. So that is going to be coming down this turn. That triggers.
Good.
This land triggers both the Bloodghasts.
Oh,
and suddenly his board is. Oh, there's 3 Bloodghasts in there. Oh my goodness.
Money. and don't forget about the Scourge Devils and the Spark Elemental.
All right, that too. So
I'm sorry, Hellfire Elemental.
So
whichever one that is.
Hollow One coming down for free since Vinny's discarded actually 4 cards this turn.
You can actually cast that Hollow One and gain mana. Is that how that works? It costs negative
right,
3
it gets you 2 colorless because you've discarded an extra card.
Right.
Thankfully for Ash, the Bloodghasts do not yet have haste.
Yeah, they will next turn though.
Yes, that creature.
That really matters,
creature does have menace. So
I don't see how Ash gets out of it. If he Supreme Verdicts or something, well, he doesn't even have double white. But if Ash somehow wiped the board, the Bloodghast would come back next turn.
Well, it is possible. Maybe not from his hand, but Ash may have just been able to combo off this turn. Looks like all he has is 2 Heartless Summoning Zone and another land.
I just don't get the point of Esper. Are you just playing the Esper for like Path and crap? Like the remand seems really bad. Like the card's not good in the meta right now in general. But remand just does not seem like where you want to be. It's like a cantrip. It's a conditional cantrip is what that is.
All right. So Ash just plays his land and passes the turn. I'm not sure if he's quite dead here. I know his life total is not 16 since he just took that hit from Flame Blade of Death last turn, which I think was attacking for 5. Since he had 4 discard triggers. So Ash is at 12. Okay. So Bloodghasts don't have haste, but this attack, assuming Vinny doesn't have any other way to discard a card, is already for 11.
Wait a minute, what's the flashback on, or the unearth on Scourge Devil?
Yeah, I think it's just 2. Vinny could have done that here. Actually, no, it might be 3.
If it were 3, he could have.
Hellspark is 2.
Yeah. Couldn't Scourge Devil have won the game here? Doesn't Scourge Devil give your guys like +1/0?
+2/+0, I think.
+2/+0?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that win you the game here?
No, he just blocks. Well, maybe.
1, 2,
not
3,
quite.
4,
He could block the Hollow One and stay alive for a
take
turn.
3, 6, 9. Yeah, you're right. He'd go to 1 life.
Yeah.
Which would then keep Ash off of this fetch land.
Right. So instead, Vinny decided to play Goblin Lore. Another great card coming out of the.
Goblin Lore costs.
Oh, it was +1/+0.
Goblin Lore costs
like $15 now.
I think it's more like 9.
No,
yeah.
it's like
jump again.
Yeah.
Jeez. I thought it was done when they were 6. Well, actually, when I first saw these decks like 3-4 months ago,
right,
I was like, oh man, Goblin Lore, that's a sweet card, and I almost picked him up for 50 cents.
Wow, so Vinny discarded a Prized Amalgam there, so he was going really deep on the graveyard synergies.
Wow. Does that technically make it Grixis Hollow One?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure you're casting Prized Amalgam off the Triple Mountain.
Can we please get an original Ice Age Goblin Lore up, or whichever the original, or it's a Portal Ice Age. The Portal one looks sweet. It's the same art, but the border just looks so much better on it. Look at this. The card looks sweet.
Draw 4 cards and then put them into your hand. Where else would you put the cards you draw? Could you draw them right into exile?
If your opponent has a Notions Thief,
that's true. You can put them into your opponent's hand.
or an Alms Giver or Alms Collector, you can put 1 into your hand and 1 into your opponent's hand.
How about that?
Wait, how does Goblin Lore work with Alms? Is Alms Collector you'd each draw 2?
I don't know. We don't need to discuss the possibilities.
I don't know, Mario. That's an important interaction.
So yeah, Ash is almost 100% dead. Yeah, he had Inquisition and I think 2 Heartless Summonings in hand. That
was really exciting. I wish we knew what this white mana was for.
Well, hopefully it's for Rest in Peace.
Yeah, seriously. Actually, I'd probably take any number of cards. I mean, Rest in Peace seems really solid here, but there are a lot of good white cards you'd want.
Right.
I would be okay. I mean, like Wrath of God doesn't seem great, but at the same time,
it's not bad.
It's not bad. Deals with Hollow Ones and Flame Blade Adept permanently. I would be okay with.
I mean, Paths seem fine.
Yeah, Path seems great, and hopefully those are in the main. But I don't understand. This deck isn't trying to interact with your opponent, so why do you play Remand? And why would you even play Pat? Like, you're just...
I guess Remand can, like, buy you a turn, you know, if you need to find your last piece.
Yeah, but, like, Remand worked in, like, a combo deck like Splinter Twin because you don't always win with the combo. But this Mirror Retriever deck must always be winning with the combo, right?
I mean, occasionally you could beat your opponent down with the 1/1.
Maybe he's got Grave Titan that he's ramping into with these Heartless summonings.
Probably not.
I'd like to see some Grave Titan. Maybe he's got Grave Titan, Sun Titan. The Sun Titan for the Esper. You're getting back your...
That would be sweet.
Getting back your things that people blew up. Getting back the Mirror Retriever.
What is... So does Vinny probably... I mean, I guess he has maybe some idea of what his opponent's playing with seeing the Mirror Retriever and the Altars of the Brood. He probably assumes it's some sort of combo, but how does he...
Yeah,
how does he interact with that? I don't know.
It depends on
Smash
how
to
long...
smithereens, I guess?
Right. It's like... It depends on how long Vinny's been playing Modern and how much he cares about horrible decks.
How much he cares about... Yeah, we've seen a...
Yeah, we
a
see
more frequent than usual
way too many
amount of Mirror Retriever combo decks.
We see Mirror Retrievers. We see Mirror Superiors. We see freaking...
I don't think I've seen a Mirror Battlesphere.
You're right. I haven't seen one, but we've seen Mirror tokens from our
Genesis Chambers.
Genesis Chambers. This store has a mirror mirror money, mirror problems, you know.
Yeah, so Vinny, I guess Vinny just brings in whatever artifact removal he has. All he saw was artifacts.
Yeah, hopefully he has Smash from the range.
So a bunch of artifacts and a remand.
So he actually doesn't have any mana but red mana. Do we see any lands besides
All
mountains?
I saw was mountains.
I feel like you want a contested war zone in this deck.
Oh, that's a nice
Probably
one.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Can we get contested war zone up? This is a great card. People actually play quite a lot in some random decks. You can play it in like Kadaltha Red. You can play it in some random Swarm.
Soul Sisters type decks, I guess.
Well, contested war zone has to be an aggro deck that has some creatures that get out fast because you don't want your opponent to take control of it.
Yeah, I didn't really mean so. I meant like red-white tokens, but I guess it's like the Kadaltha type of deck.
Yeah, like a Kadaltha Red deck. Like this card is really powerful. It's even pretty good in like a Tempered Steel deck.
Yeah.
It's not bad in mono red goblins. It's just a good card. A really interesting design.
Yeah, it's very infrequent that you exchange control of a permanent multiple times throughout a game.
Right.
Billy Camino says that Contested Warzone is not a good card.
Okay, well, I agree it's not a good... If I said that, what I meant was it's a sweet option in some decks. And I think this mono red... I mean, if he's actually playing 21 mountains or something,
yeah,
why not stick one in there and try it out? I mean, maybe he already has, but this seems like a good deck for it.
So Ash on the play here. Looks like he does have a turn 1 play. I saw Inquisition in his hand last game, so he could have that to lead. But Inquisition doesn't seem exceptionally good against this deck. It is good at taking the Cathartic Reunions or
I just don't get why this
other spells like that.
I don't get why this deck is so...
Oh, he's Serum Visions.
Okay, that seems better. If he was playing Inquisition,
well, he was playing Inquisition. He just didn't have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just don't see why you want to interact with this Mirror Retriever deck, unless we just don't understand what he's... I mean... But if he's just trying to combo off...
I mean, you can, check your opponent's hand before you combo off if you need to remove a path or something for your first Retriever. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just not buying it. It's just like the other combo decks that actually play some mid-range spells.
Also, can we please get the life totals adjusted? I'm certain Ash did not take 12 from his Fest Shock.
I think it's still 20 to 17 here.
Oh,
now okay. Well,
correctly on 18.
Vinny's still good, yeah. So other combo decks that play mid-range spells, they have a way to mid-range, the game.
Right.
But this Esper Mirror, I mean,
oof.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see the Sun Titan. I would be excited to see Sun Titan.
Vinny just drew a Blood Moon. That seems pretty good against this Esper deck. And not sure Ash is thinking about playing around Blood Moon here.
Do you think? Wait, did you see one in Vinny's hand?
Yeah, he just drew one off the Faithless Looting.
Ah.
All right, so Ash did. Well, I guess the Inquisition plays around Blood Moon. You can take it with that.
Yeah. Though, does Ash actually need colors to win the game? Mirror Retriever, Ultra the Brood and Mirror Retriever are colorless, and then you just need to play a Heartless Summoning for black. So you might not really.
Wow,
that much about
Vinny's hand is not very good here.
Holy crap.
Blood Moon, I don't even know what that red spell is, and 4 mountains.
I recognize that spell. It's a reprint. What is that?
Smelt. Oh, so it does remove artifacts.
Yeah, why not Smash to Smither? Where's... Huh, I guess you play Smelt. Dude, I've never seen anyone play Smelt in Modern. But
is it just 1 red instant destroy target artifact?
Yeah.
Yep, all right, well.
I guess if you, yeah, sure, why not? Maybe he.
It's probably a hedge. Well, never mind.
I was gonna say maybe it's a hedge against Chalice, but that seems like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like maybe instead of playing 4 Smithereens, he's got 2 Smithereens.
Sure. I was gonna say it was a hedge against Death Shadow when you don't want to damage your opponent, but Death Shadow doesn't have any artifacts you're gonna want to be taken out. So
I don't know. They've been playing Mishra's Bobble lately. You want to take those out? Oh, jeez. The Smelt, man. Is Smash the Smithereens like an expensive? There's no way.
He probably just had some smelts.
Yeah,
or maybe he wants the 1 mana option over the 2 mana option.
I mean, the 1 mana definitely seems relevant, but when the 2nd mana gets you 3 damage in your aggro deck,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, apparently Ash definitely doesn't care about a 2nd Blood Moon. He's just shocking at all his lands here. And here
Mole
is
Drifter.
Mole Drifter. Right?
Hell yeah.
It's pretty good. Very good with Heartless Summoning. 1 blue, draw 2 cards.
Yeah. That's all people do with it in Poppers. You just play your Mole Drifter is like the best draw spell in the format.
You know, Acorn Harvest budget might be an option, but Smash for Smithereens is a common from Magic Origins. I think it might actually be cheaper than this common from M14. Just statistically.
Yeah, I don't think anything gets cheaper than Smelt. I mean, Smelt also has like tons of printings.
Okay, that's probably true.
Like, doesn't? I mean, Smelt must have at least, I don't know, 10.
Yeah.
2? Really, just 2?
Oh, Vinny did find a Burning Inquiry here, so this might get some action started out of his end. Who knows?
I guess Shatter has a bunch of printings, but
right. So Vinny discarded a Mirror Retriever, Serum Visions, and I don't know what that that other multicolored card was, but it looked kind of weird. Not a card I have seen very frequently.
well, a foil Smelt is 75 cents, Mario.
Oh, okay.
I think you want to just splurge on those. I mean,
oh, another Burning Inquiry. All right, wow.
Okay, well, this could fix your mountain hand.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a big graveyard.
I'm not sure. I think there is some merit to getting cards in Ash's graveyard as well as I think he needs 1 Mirror Retriever in his graveyard to initiate the combo, which he did get from that first Burning Inquiry.
Right. Is Ash playing Counter Squall?
Yeah, that was the multicolored card he milled. And there he mills a Trinket Mage and 2 Spell Pierces, while Vinny mills 2 Fatal Pushes. Wow. Vinny got 3 Fatal Pushes in his graveyard from those Burning Inquiries. So he is ready to do some looting in future turns. But he did not play a mountain. Did he discard every mountain in his hand? No way.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what? There's no way that the odds of that are so low.
What does he have left in hand?
I saw at least a Hellspark Elemental.
So Ash has a Spell Snare in hand. How do we feel about that? Out of the Mirror Retriever combo deck.
It counters Cathartic Reunion in this matchup, so it's probably all right.
Yeah.
Oh,
but isn't Cathartic Reunion you discard as a cost?
Yeah.
So you still get to discard your
Well, sure, but then you just make them take 4 cards out of or 3 cards out of their hand.
Yeah, but I think that's what they want. I mean, that's
sometimes.
I don't think that this deck would be upset about that.
All right, well, we got the Heartless Summoning. Let's see if we have any plays. Nope, just an Alter the Blue.
All right, we got the combo almost online.
Oh, is this?
Oh, well, that's it right there.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right, easy money.
So
I'm not sure if any of our cards, besides the ones that draw cards, facilitated our game plan there.
That is probably true.
But
well, the Inquisition stopped us from getting Blood Moon.
I'm not sure how good the Blood Moon would have been. We had a Watery Grave or a Polluted Delta on turn 1, and all you need is Heartless Summoning to go off. So
sure. So for those, interestingly, I think it actually was the Burning Inquiries though that facilitated
the win there.
The win. Well, yeah, I mean it drew Ash into his pieces. It also put a Mirror Retriever in the graveyard, but
in the yard, yeah.
I guess if you have 2 in hand, you could do that anyway.
So maybe that's why Ash is playing the Inquisition, to put his own Mirror Retrievers into the graveyard.
No, because when you have Mirror Retriever, you just play it with the first Heartless Summon and it instantly just dies.
That's right.
It doesn't actually matter if it's in hand or in the graveyard. But
so, fun fact about Burning Inquiry, is Billy Camino still in chat?
Probably.
About 3 years, not 3 years, I don't know, some number of years ago, possibly 3 years ago, I brought a black-red jank combo deck to the store.
Okay.
It was 4 Liliana's Caress, 4 Blightning, 4 Burning Inquiry, 4 Cataract Parasite, 4 Monastery Swiftspear, 3 or 4 Reforge the Soul, and like I don't know. I think I might have even had like Waste Knot. It was basically I wanted you to kill yourself by drawing and discarding cards.
Right.
And Billy Caminos showed up with Jeskai Ascendancy. This was right when Jeskai Ascendancy came out and like was trouncing Modern. And then because you had Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time, it was insane.
Yeah.
And so I show up with this deck, and I get paired against Billy Caminos I think it was round 1, and he sits down with Jeskai Ascendancy, and I sit down with Black-Red, punish you for drawing and discarding.
So it literally can't win through it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Though I lost game 2 somehow, but games
nice.
1 and 3, it was just it was great.
Also, Billy, Inquisition is not just opponents; it's target player. So Vinny here on the play, he's got a turn 1 Faithless Looting. Seems pretty good. I'm not sure.
All right, what are we pitching here?
It may be that Burning Inquiry is better on turn 1 for this deck because you can cast your Hollow One.
Yeah, yeah.
So he pitched Hellspark and a Mountain.
That seems okay.
He did have a Street Wraith there, which he could have cycled, but he did not have a Hollow One yet, so there was some risk involved.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't think his life total matters at all in this matchup. No. So here's a question: when you go infinite with the Mirror Retriever combo from Ash's End, do you make your opponent mill their whole deck so you can see its entire contents?
Your opponent will scoop, but yeah, I mean, I think a good opponent would scoop.
Yeah.
Victor Kurz had a question from the other day about about if you resolve a card like Surgical before your opponent, if your opponent lets it resolve, and they like for example they show you their hand, and then you go for their deck, and then they concede.
Yeah.
There's a Victor had a judge question like, do I since they already let the card resolve, don't I get to look through their deck? They can't concede and keep me from looking through their deck. But I think you can sort of concede at any time.
Well, you can, but that is true because like technically, he would have the information.
Is not, right. But conceding is not like
it doesn't. You don't have to go put it on the stack.
Right. All right, so we're discarding Remand, Heartless Summoning, Land. That actually seems really bad. Those seems like 3 good hits.
Vinny would, or Ash would want.
Those are the ones we wanted to cast.
Vinny discarded a Bloodghast, a Flameblade Adept, and a Mountain. And I don't actually. It looks like he has 1 Mountain here, which he can play to get the Bloodghast back. Yeah.
All right, we got a 2-1 on turn 2. That's pretty good for an aggro deck.
Yeah. And looks like we have a bunch of transmute cards in Ash's hand, and those, of course, help him set up the combo. They also counter instants or sorceries. It's Muddle the Mixture. That's the one.
All right, so we got some sort of blue square. not sure what that is. Why did we get that out of our deck?
Well, you see the blue square. You can turn it sideways, and it adds blue mana to your pool.
Oh, it's kind of like it's like a hedron, but for it's like a hedron, but for blue.
Right, yeah.
Okay, that's why it's hedron shaped.
Ash is playing around Blood Moon, however, getting the basic island there.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing about doing that is you don't necessarily need to do it on end step unless you really want to just thin your deck, but it's such a tiny percentage too.
Well, here is Alter the Brood.
All right, seems good. Oh, we got a basic swamp in hand too.
I'm not sure we actually want to do this before playing our land though. Like, do we want to mill our opponent? There's a Prized Amalgam, which we probably didn't want in our opponent's graveyard.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to mill our opponent here. I think Ash could have picked up on that a little earlier. So yeah, you're definitely right, Mario.
We'll see if Vinny has a way to get this. Well, we know he does. He has the Unearth Hellspark Elemental in his graveyard. So that, I guess, could get the Prized Amalgam back if he wants. Alternatively, it looks like Vinny also has a bunch more looting-esque effects.
Yeah, if Vinny casts 2 Faithless Looting here and draws into, like, some number of hollowed one, even just 1 would be fine. But if he draws into multiples, that's just insane.
It looks like he did just draw on a 1, and he does have
He's got another one
looting,
left.
So
oh, man.
As well as finding a Prized Amalgam to discard here. So Vinny is getting set up really nicely in this game. Kind of what we saw in game 1. It doesn't really seem like Ash's deck has interaction that matters. At least we didn't see any graveyard interaction yet.
What are those two identical cards?
Those are the Muddle the Mixture.
Oh, okay, right.
Interesting. All right, so Vinny just decided to pay 1 to play the Hollow One there.
So we're getting another island. I guess that seems fine when you have the swamp.
Yeah, maybe he isn't even playing white.
Well, he called his deck Esper.
That is true.
He told us earlier. He's like, I'm playing a jank Esper combo deck. But yeah, maybe it's
Oh,
just
he is
like
Hollowed Found. No, he definitely is, but
it might just be for some sideboard cards. What did he just draw there? Is that a Cerulean Wisps?
no, it was a Trinket Mage.
Oh. Trinket Mage. That seems good for this deck.
All right, so we're gonna transmute Muddle the Mixture.
So I assume we're gonna go get a Heartless Summoning.
Yeah, probably. He could get that, or he could get Mirror Retriever. Or he could get Rest in Peace, but apparently we are not on the Rest in Peace plan.
Well, he's got a Nile Spellbomb, so that could be fine.
So that does not give creatures Vinny controls -1/-1. Yeah, the Bloodgast does not.
If only it were a Knight of Souls Betrayal.
Oh my gosh, that would be incredibly strong.
That card would change the format modern so irrevocably. I mean, that would be insane.
Knight of Souls Betrayal for 2 mana, and also your spells cost 2 less.
Right. Well, even if there was just a 2 mana enchantment that said all creatures get -1/-1.
Yeah.
Like, Noble Hierarch would not be a card.
Right. Oh my goodness, that would be very powerful.
Creature decks would be so hard to play.
Yeah.
I mean,
you couldn't play Snap. Well, I mean, you could play Snapcaster, but
1-drops would not really exist.
Yeah.
Like 1-drop creatures. Oh,
Affinity would just lose.
Yeah.
Lingering Souls would be terrible. Like that would be. All right, Vinny gonna cycle a street right here. Finds a mountain. He still has those 2 Prize Amalgams sitting in his graveyard, which Unearth does trigger the Prize Amalgams, right? I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it like exiled it out of your graveyard and then put it into play or something. So maybe it didn't actually.
Well, does Amalgam only trigger if a creature enters your graveyard from the battlefield?
Enters the battlefield from your graveyard. Yes.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly what Unearth does.
Okay. I wasn't sure, you know, like with the new like Embalm is, you know, it exiles it out of you. Like that wouldn't trigger Prized Amalgam. Because the Embalm makes a copy.
Token, yeah, because the tokens and the token's not entering from the graveyard.
Right.
Yeah.
But Unearth is the actual creature itself, so that will trigger the Amalgams, and that probably gives Vinny lethal next turn. Yeah, with this attack for 9 here. Yeah, that's so. Unless Ash can combo up next turn, he is probably going to die. I'm
sure Ash has got some good, you know, mid-range control cards to stall here. He can probably play a Remand. That could help him out.
You cannot Remand Prize Amalgam, unfortunately.
If only.
Especially when your opponent is not playing it in their mono red deck. So Vinny currently has no Devotion in play that matches the type of mana that he can produce.
I'm sorry, what?
So every card that Vinny has in play.
You're right. You're right.
That he milled a Bloodgast there. That's definitely not where he wants to be. Muldrifter drawing 2, so I think he needs to draw into exactly 2 Mirror Retrievers, and that does not look like he got there. So pretty sure this is gonna put this one away in favor of Vinny. Yep, that'll do it.
Well, that was
Ash not able to find his combo there, and with the lack of interaction, he really just got ran over by our mono red hollow one day.
Yeah, I just don't understand Ash's. I don't understand the game plan. Like, your cards don't dig that. Like, you want to be digging super hard.
Well, I saw he had gifts there.
He had gifts in
Yeah, he drew gifts at the end.
Well, that card seems perfect for the deck, but why are you playing Inquisition and Remand? What are you remanding?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like Dispel might just be better. Like even if you wanted a way to protect your combo.
Yeah, I think I would just want to play like 4 Night's Whisper or something, you know?
Sure.
Or if you're playing Esper, play Painful Truths or something. Like I don't know. It
turns out the white was only for Fragmentize in his sideboard. That was the only white card in his deck.
The only one?
Yes.
I guess you can't beat Leyline of Sanctity.
Right. No, Ultra the Brutus each opponent.
It's each then what do you even need Fragmentize for?
Leyline of the Void? Because you can't go infinite with Mirror Retrievers.
Well, that'll do it, yeah.
Not or any sort of graveyard impacts spell. So we'll see what Ash. We always get to see his whole deck here.
All right.
So he did have some good.
Brutality seems Brutality seems like a free. Definitely play that. But
I'm not
I
sure
can't
about
get
the counter squalls.
No, I can't get behind the counter squall either. Especially in the matchup.
Yeah, so it looks like his deck is mostly just ways to draw cards, the Inquisitions and Remands, and then the combo pieces. And Muldrifter, which I guess is kind of like drawing cards.
Muldrifter seems great.
Yeah.
That seems like, Night's Whispers, additional copies.
You know, he probably has like a Shriek Maw on his sideboard as well to remove non-black creatures for 1 black with the Heartless Summoning in play.
That doesn't even seem good. Just play it like, how is that better than Fatal Push, especially when you have Gifts Ungiven? I don't know. I'm just not, I'm not sold. I'm not sold.
All right, well, that will do it for this game of round 1. An interesting take on Hollow One. Not quite the Pro Tour level deck, but pretty cool there with some
like
synergies.
the prized amalgam in the Unearth. That was pretty cool.
So it looks like Ash did have 2 Now Spellbombs, but he didn't bring them in. I think he just took them out of his sideboard.
No, I thought he had one in his hand that game, didn't he?
No.
Or not that in game 2?
No.
I'm pretty sure he had one in hand game 2 when he went off. I have to go back and watch it. I knew.
Well, I would assume he did, but it looked like he just took them out of his sideboard, so I'm not sure.
Maybe he took them out after. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna win game 3 so easy. I don't even need these. I'm just gonna bring my rebands back in.
Oh wait, sweet. The rest
so
of the sideboard
he did have Dispel.
Yeah, some more
Dispel,
counter spells
Thoughtseize.
and. Okay, so we do have Stony Silence as another white card on the board, but unfortunately not Rest in Peace. I guess Rest in Peace makes such off his own combo, so he can't play that. That's why.
Huh.
That makes sense.
Fun fact, you can Pithing Needle muddle the mixture and keep your opponent from transmuting.
That is very interesting, yeah.
That's yeah.
That's
yeah, the more you know, the more you cold.
So if you're ever playing against Heartless Summoning combo on Eldrazi
bring in your Pithing Needles
and you're wondering how is my Heartless Summoning combo opponent in the same round as me when I'm playing Eldrazi Tron, know that you can Pithing Needle.
It's round 1, that's why.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go.
And you're gonna school him with your Pithing Needle.
All right, guys. Well, that will do it for round 1 here.
Mario and I think
it's been kind of long, so we will probably.
Yeah, we're gonna play a match on.
We will play a match, so you can watch us.
Yeah, you can watch us
play a brief match.
Mario's
probably
gonna
about
be
half
playing
a game.
a shitty Modern deck, and I'll be playing another shitty Modern deck.
Sure.
It'll be kind of like this matchup you just watched.
Right.
So
you will not have our lovely commentary though, unfortunately. So
no.
we will be on camera shortly, and then we will be back for round 2 after that. So thanks, guys.